You went to prison right before the moon landing and you only learned 2 years later that it happened. I was just thinking about how much things have changed, I guess, since then. How you adjusted things like smartphones and everything else.
When I left the streets, when I left what we call the world, there was no such things as personal computers. They had computers, but one computer might be as large as a third of this room. There were no personal computers. There were no cell phones. There was none of the miraculous technology that is accessible to you guys today. So when I stepped out of the prison, the only reason why I was not totally lost or flabbergasted is because for the last 52 years, I've been studying everything I can get my hands on. Once we were able to get the first books into the penitentiary, which we started by requesting them, and then protesting the fact that they weren't being brought in. Then staging sit-ins, strikes, riots, and then getting beat, thrown in the hole, and then enlisting the aid of individuals that were our advocates out in the community, because we're talking about the 60s and the 70s. You know what kind of period that was. It was a time of climactic change on all fronts. Change in music, art, dance, politics, the economy, women's liberation, the anti-war movement, and black nationalism was a change that appeared in the form of prison reform.
Day one, you were able to get a cell phone.
I got an iPhone my first day home, thanks to Sam and Laurie, my brother and sister.
You have to show us how big your cell was.
This is my bed. My bed is next to the wall, so that's the wall right next to that bed. The toilet is right here. I'm laying here with my head here. I'm in the cell with another man, so it's a bunk bed. This is the back of the cell. To get to the other side, I could stand here, and I would say, this is the other wall. From one wall there to one wall here, from the back of the wall here to This is the door of the cell. That was a cell for two people that I spent 52 years in. Don't be locked in there and can't get out of there. And he has diarrhea. What do? Well, you get into a fight. But as you get older, wiser, and more knowledgeable about who you are as a human being and who he is as another man, you learn to take your head, turn it to the wall, and put the covers over your head. He does what he has to do. That was my cell.